She had just had a baby and it's met her for the first time, so you would see her out, at the red chairs. And
the role that Blake Shelton played on The Voice brought him to the forefront of public attention, but he has been there before. Since his highly publicized divorce from Miranda Lambert, to suspicions of adultery involving the late Katie Groves, and now his developing relationship with Gwen Stefani, Blake's personal life has frequently been a favorite of tabloids. His divorce from Miranda Lambert was a widely documented event. However, despite everything that has happened, his relationship with Gwen has only gotten stronger, leaving viewers wondering what the true story is behind their connection. At this point, Blake Shelton has finally stopped refuting the reports and is prepared to state that they are true. To be more specific, what did he disclose? Were the supporters correct the whole time? As we delve into Blake's unexpected disclosure, we invite you to join us. Blake Shelton's early life and career. Within the city of Ada, Oklahoma, Blake Shelton was born on June 18, 1976. Shelton spent his childhood in a family that was deeply rooted in country music. He was up in a tiny town that had a population of little around 177,000 people. When he was younger, his father, Richard Shelton, was a car trader who also had a passion for music. It was his mother, Dorothy Shelton, who was a beauty queen and a homemaker. She was also a fan of country music. The musical influence that Shelton's family had on him was a significant factor in the formation of his early fantasies. When he was a child, he demonstrated his blossoming talent by performing in local talent shows and in clubs that were located nearby. His outstanding singing had already brought him to the attention of the community by the time he was a teenager, when he relocated to Nashville, Tennessee, with the intention of pursuing a career in country music. He was given his big break. It was through the relocation to Nashville that Shelton was able to completely submerge himself in the heart of the country music business. A debut album under his own name was issued by him in the year 2001. Austin, the album's debut single, shot to the top of the Billboard Hot Country Songs list for 5 weeks in a row, solidifying its position as the most popular song in the country music industry. Because of his early success, Shelton established himself as a rising star. In the years that followed Austin, Shelton was able to achieve even more success with albums such as The Dreamer in 2003 and Blake Shelton's Barn and Grill in 2004. The combination of traditional country sounds and contemporary components in these songs resulted in a profound resonance with fans and helped to consolidate his position in the country music scene. The distinctiveness of Shelton's voice, in conjunction with his charisma and stage appearance, contributed to the formation of a devoted fan base. Startin' Fires, which was released in 2008, and Red River Blue, which was released in 2011, were both commercially successful releases among his subsequent albums. Hits such as Ole Red, Honey Bee, and God's Country turned out to be fan favorites, which further solidified his position as a leading figure in the country music industry. Over the course of his career, Shelton has been honored with a great deal of praise. These include a number of nominations for Grammy Awards and awards offered by the Country Music Association. The astounding number of awards that he has received only serves to further solidify his position in the music industry. Blake Shelton has received praise from musicians as well as reviewers ever since he made his debut in the year 2001 by performing. The New York Times recognized Shelton as the most significant and visible ambassador from Nashville to the American mainstream, and Rolling Stone lauded him as one of the most prominent stars in country music during the course of the last 10 years. In the Great American Country special titled Backstory, which was released in 2012, Blake Shelton, along with fellow country artists Miranda Lambert and Trace Adkins, lavished accolades on the artist. At the same time that Lambert expressed her profound admiration for Shelton's vocal abilities, Adkins predicted that Shelton would continue to be a big player in the country music industry for as long as he chose. Shelton has been complimented for his vocal talents and songwriting abilities by Brenda Lee, a member of the Country Music Hall of Fame. Additionally, Sheryl Crow, a singer-songwriter, has identified Shelton as a musical inspiration. Shelton's contributions to country music have been officially acknowledged, as evidenced by his induction into the Oklahoma Hall of Fame in 2014 and his membership in the Grand Ole Opry in 2010. Both of these events took place in 2010. Consequently, what is the nature of Blake Shelton's private life? And what rumors does he now publicly confirm? Maintain your attention to find out. It is the marriage of Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert. Dawn Strange Ranch in Bourne, Texas was the location of the intimate wedding ceremony that took place on May 9, 2015 between Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert. In the middle of the 2000s, when both of them were already well established in the country music industry, the two had first met. It was first a friendship between them, but it ultimately developed into a romantic relationship, which was spurred by the fact that they both had a passion for music. In the world of country music, Shelton and Lambert were frequently regarded as one of the most powerful couples. Both of them had great careers, with Lambert receiving recognition for her powerful vocals and her ability to convey stories. At first glance, it appeared as though the two very accomplished artists in the country music industry were the ideal couple to get married. However, despite the fact that they shared a strong connection, their marriage was fraught with numerous challenges. When they had to maintain their public personalities while also juggling their hectic occupations, it caused them to experience stress. The strain was increased by rumors and speculations in the media regarding their connection. After being together for 10 years, the pair made the announcement of their separation in July of 2015. Their divorce was formalized in that same month, and their breakup occurred in the midst of growing public attention. The dissolution of their wedding, which was well publicized, was a significant event in the world of country music. As they moved forward, both musicians had difficulties in their personal and professional lives. What exactly was the cause of their breakup? What kinds of rumors circulated about their marriage? Well, let's find out. Blake Shelton's alleged affair with the late Katie Groves. Everyone was taken aback when Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert made the announcement that they were getting a divorce. However, the most unsettling story was regarding Blake's alleged affair with Katie Groves, who had passed away. Both of them were accused of cheating on each other. Unfortunately, Katie lost away in the beginning of May in the year 2020. She had been candid on social media about the challenges she faced with her mental health. In the month of April in the year 2020, she published a number of postings in which she discussed the possibility of the world coming to an end. Her tweets from July 2015, which were posted around the same time that Blake and Miranda announced their divorce on July 20th, were even more concerning. Katie made a post on July 22, 2015, in which she revealed surprising details about a love that she had lost, although she did not specifically mention Blake. The date of her post and the language she used were difficult to ignore. Katie expressed in her writing how distressing it was to continue to experience love as intensely as the day it occurred, yet to be punished on a daily basis going forward. The time frame of Blake and Katie's alleged affair has never been established, despite the fact that the rumor implies that it lasted for only 1 month after it began. One of Katie's close friends, however, continued to hold Blake responsible for tarnishing her reputation. In response to Katie's bombshell tweets, Cody, Katie's brother, gave an interview to Radar Online in which he expressed his perspectives. To make it abundantly clear that he was not a fan of Blake, Cody stated that the rumors of their romance were responsible for Katie's career being damaged. According to Cody, she was unable to secure a record deal and lose an album that she had been working on for a number of years. According to a source, Blake and Katie first communicated with one another on Twitter in the year 2013, with their purported interaction beginning in 2011. Due to the fact that Blake married Miranda on May 14, 2011, and only 3 months after their wedding, Blake made an appearance in Katie's music video for her song, This Little Girl. And the timeline is even more difficult than it already was. It has been said by various sources that Katie Groves penned her song after going through a breakup that was quite painful. There were reports that Blake Shelton and Katie continued their passionate romance through inebriated tweets for a considerable amount of time after the video was made public on the internet. The speculations that Blake and Miranda Lambert's marriage was on the verge of dissolution were fanned by these reported late-night texts, despite the fact that both of them disputed the assertion at the time. The photographs that were taken of Blake on the red carpet on March 20, 2013, showed that he was not by himself. Blake and Miranda appeared to be attempting to handle the rumors by attending the Season 4 premiere of The Voice together. Blake was seen wrapping his arm around Miranda for the cameras, which gave the impression that they were trying to manage the situation. There were even accusations that Blake was having an affair with Katie, and Blake responded to them on social media by identifying Miranda in a tweet. In a humorous tone, he said to Miranda, "I just read in the tabloids that our marriage is about to fall apart." To which Miranda responded with a joking tone, "Oh no, I can't wait to see if we make it." During interviews, Blake regularly expressed his happiness with his marriage to Miranda. Nevertheless, when viewed in retrospect, those claims appear to be completely implausible. In an interview with Redbook, Blake expressed his gratitude for the fact that he was able to find himself in a relationship with Miranda, the person he had hoped to be with all along. Katie never once specifically referred to Blake as her ex-lover in any of her tweets, despite everything that has happened. On the other hand, she made stunning assertions that she was Miranda's close friend. According to sources close to Katie, she was incensed by the fact that she was being held responsible for the divorce between Blake and Miranda, particularly after she received a flurry of accusations from Blake's followers in response to her incendiary tweets in 2015. It was even stated by Touch magazine that they had an exclusive interview with Katie, in which she purportedly confessed that this is an excessive amount. Additionally, it has been stated that she has made shocking allegations, alleging that Blake and Miranda have allowed her to assume full responsibility for their breakup. Katie was said to have admitted to the magazine that Blake was, in fact, her long-lost love, and that she had tweeted in an attempt to attract his notice. It was stated by sources close to Blake that he was quite outraged when he learned about Katie's apparent confession as soon as he encountered it. According to confidential sources, Blake declared that he had never cheated on Miranda with Katie. Additionally, according to these sources, Blake confided in his friends and insisted that he was not to blame for the dissolution of his marriage. It is interesting to note that they said that Blake had initially filed for divorce, which implies that Miranda would have done so instead if Blake had been the one who had cheated on Miranda. It is not apparent what Blake's true feelings were regarding Katie's tweets, as the circumstances are still unknown. Ever since the news of his divorce was made public, Blake has been steadfast in his denial of any wrongdoing, and his staff has been there to support him, asserting that he has never cheated on Katie. It was around 1 month later when rumors began to circulate that Blake had made some alarming threats for Katie. It was stated by gossip outlets that Blake was quite upset with Katie's allegations, and he threatened to file a lawsuit against the tabloid who published her confession. Blake made the accusation that Katie was the one who was spreading the rumors and making up the story of their alleged affair, which is still being brought up in conversations today. His legal team took action and demanded that In Touch retract the false story about Blake, and Katie by sending a letter to the company that was written in a strong and forceful manner. In addition, the letter contained unfavorable statements about Katie, including a description of her possessing an unhealthy obsession with Blake. According to the statement, Blake did not have an affair of any nature whatsoever with Ms. Groves. It was revealed Katie was even accused by Blake's legal team of being the source for the tabloid article, which was a credible accusation given that the article was referred to as her tell-all. To put it simply, the attorneys for Blake were accusing Katie of being a compulsive liar. The issue was reported by 30 Mile Zone, which published a narrative in which Blake is said to have sworn that he never touched that woman. It is interesting to note that Katie never specifically mentioned that anything physical had occurred between her and Blake, despite the fact that she referred to her connection with Blake as an affair throughout the article. In spite of the legal threats, In Touch did not retract the story after it was published. A strong statement was published by the tabloid, in which they defended their story and even claimed to have additional embarrassing information regarding Blake and Miranda's failing marriage. They concluded by saying, "Not only does In Touch magazine stand by its story, but we have another exclusive about Blake and Miranda's divorce in this week's issue." Despite the fact that In Touch has maintained its position over the years, particularly after Katie's untimely death, there are now gossip websites that are discussing the possibility that the supposed affair may have been overblown. But the reality is still not quite obvious. Will you put your faith in Blake in this predicament? Do you believe that Katie's issues with her mental health may have contributed to the intensification of her affections for him? Do you believe that Blake Shelton has now confirmed this rumor? In order to discover out, stay tuned. Meeting Gwen Stefani and forming a lasting bond. The first time Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani met was in the year 2014. As a coach on The Voice, Gwen Stefani has joined the show. Shelton had been a part of the show for a very long time, ever since it had first aired in 2010, and he had established himself effectively in his role. Stefani, a well-known pop musician and fashion icon, appeared on the show, which resulted in the introduction of a fresh dynamic. Their initial meeting was characterized by a mutual regard for one another as well as curiosity. The lively attitude and tremendous power that Stefani possessed in the music industry piqued Shelton's interest. Shelton is known for his laid-back manner and quick humor. While everything was going on, Stefani was captivated by Shelton's charming appearance and his extensive knowledge of country music. It was immediately apparent that they had connection with one another, despite the fact that they came from diverse musical backgrounds. The typical procedure for new co-workers was followed when they first started working together professionally. The contestants were to be mentored, and they were to compete with one another to find the most talented individuals. The structure of the show encouraged both cooperation and competition, so producing an atmosphere in which their interactions occurred in a manner that was both competitive and cooperative. The early episodes of The Voice featured Shelton and Stefani engaging in a series of interactions that were characterized by lively banter and mutual affection for one another. The fact that the show was competitive did not prevent them from developing a bond with one another. On the contrary, it appeared to improve it, due to the fact that both coaches were well known for their quick wit and sense of humor. The on-screen interactions between them were a highlight for fans. The introduction of Stefani brought a fresh and exciting spirit to the coaching panel. The contrast between her forward-thinking design sense and distinctive voice and Shelton's traditional country character was striking. The fact that they both had a passion for music and a commitment to mentoring emerging musicians brought them together, despite the fact that their musical styles were very different. The progression of the season allowed Shelton and Stefani to spend more time together, which resulted in a deeper connection between them. Their interactions, both on and off set, demonstrated a developing mutual respect and understanding for one another during their time together. Stefani's success as a solo artist and her unique approach to music were also something that Shelton respected about her. Stefani, on the other hand, admired Shelton's genuine enthusiasm for country music as well as his approachable attitude. Throughout the course of working together on different aspects of the program, their bond grew stronger. It became increasingly obvious that Shelton and Stefani were becoming closer to one another, whether they were exchanging coaching advice or playing humorous pranks. Each of their contacts was characterized by a sense of ease and humor, which reflected a genuine relationship that extended beyond the scope of their respective professional duties. In spite of the fact that they had different approaches, the fact that they worked together reflected both professional maturity and a developing friendship. They appeared to be growing closer to one another in a number of significant moments over the season. Notable among these instances was the performance that they gave together during a live show. A duet was performed by Shelton and Stefani, in which they successfully combined their individual musical approaches in a way that was both fluid and fascinating. Their musical compatibility was on full display throughout their concert, as was their capacity to harmonize with one another in both their professional and personal lives. There was also a significant moment that took place during a piece that took place behind the scenes, where Shelton and Stefani engaged in open conversation. They shared personal experiences and insights about their lives and occupations during their chats that took place away from the camera, which revealed a deeper connection between them. The true fondness that they felt for one another was revealed through these encounters, which provided a window into their developing friendship. Following the conclusion of their marriages, Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani went through significant psychological and emotional upheavals. Both were subjected to significant scrutiny as a result of high-profile separations that were both fiercely public and very personal. The divorce between Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert was formalized in July of 2015, bringing an end to a marriage that had lasted for 10 years. The relationship between Gwen Stefani and Gavin Rossdale came to an end in April of 2016, following the revelation of their separation in August of 2015. Their public profiles and the requirement to co-parent their 3 children, Kingston, Zuma, and Apollo, added an additional layer of complexity to the dissolution of their marriage, which had lasted for 13 years. The public aspect of Stefani's divorce and the obstacles she had in adjusting to being a single mother made the personal challenges she was facing even more difficult to contend with. The turmoil that she experienced during this time period was reflected in her songs and public appearances, which reflected the emotional pressure that she was experiencing. Having found comfort in the arms of one another, what has their newly discovered journey of love been like from the beginning, if it's turbulent or calm? Well, let's find out. Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani's growing relationship. The more they got to know each other, the more their friendship evolved into something more passionate. The change from friends to partners was indicated by subtle alterations in the way they interacted with one another. It wasn't until the later half of 2015 that rumors of their closeness started to circulate, which can be considered the beginning of their developing relationship. As a couple, they were seen together more regularly and increased the number of times they appeared in public together. In the beginning, Shelton and Stefani asserted that they were just friends, despite the fact that the media interest on them was growing. Nevertheless, their interactions revealed a more profound bond between them. Throughout the course of their relationship, they had a number of public and private incidents that gave the impression that there was more going on. The fact that they frequently appeared together at a variety of social occasions may be considered a noteworthy event. They were frequently observed taking pleasure in one another's company, demonstrating their fondness through physical contact and laughter. These public displays brought attention to the fact that their connection was growing stronger. In November of 2015, their relationship started to become more obvious. Shelton and Stefani came together to celebrate Halloween by going to a party together, which was one of their first public appearances together as a pair. It was their humorous and personal moments at the occasion that captured the attention of the media. The fact that they were visibly affectionate toward one another at the party was evidence that their connection had progressed beyond that of a simple friendship. Following their appearance at the Halloween party, Shelton and Stefani proceeded to have both public and private moments that demonstrated the strengthening of their relationship over the course of the subsequent months. Within the context of their encounters, a level of closeness and affection that went beyond that of a simple friendship was exposed. In public, Shelton and Stefani started making more appearances together at a variety of events and social occasions, and they frequently displayed amorous conduct toward one another. A growing connection between them was also evident in their social media posts, with both of them sharing photographs and updates that alluded to the possibility of a romantic relationship between them. They had previously made an effort to keep things private, but this openness signaled a difference in their approach, and it indicated that they were committed to each other. Their presence together at the People's Choice Awards in 2015 was a highlight that will be remembered for a long time. By participating in this event, they were able to demonstrate their relationship to a more extensive audience. Their arrival was received with excitement from fans and the media, which marked a significant milestone in the journey that they had taken together as a pair. The bond between Shelton and Stefani proceeded to get stronger behind closed doors. When they were not in the public glare, they were frequently seen spending time together on holidays and going on casual outings. Due to the absence of the stresses of media scrutiny, these intimate moments assisted them in developing a stronger bond with one another. It was also evident in their music that they were growing closer to one another. During the year 2016, Stefani released an album titled This Is What the Truth Feels Like, which featured tunes that alluded to her new romantic relationship. On the other hand, Shelton's music reflected a more optimistic viewpoint. Shelton and Stefani's relationship has already been firmly established as a romantic partnership before the beginning of the year 2016. The intensity of their connection was emphasized by the fact that they continued to make public appearances, share private moments, and go through events together. There were a number of key milestones that signified the transition from friendship to romance. These milestones demonstrated the power and durability of their love for a long time. Shelton and Stefani's relationship continued to strengthen as they addressed rumors and confirmed their status, despite the difficulties that came with being under the scrutiny of the public. At that moment, they were prepared to tell the world about their journey. In light of this, what interesting things do they have in store for the future? Maintain your attention to find out. Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani's plans for the future. As of mid-2014, Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani are still enjoying a strong and stable relationship. Their bond continues to be characterized by mutual support and shared experiences, reflecting the depth of their connection. The couple remains visible in the media, frequently attending key events such as award shows and charity functions, where their interactions clearly highlight their affection and partnership. In addition to their public appearances, Shelton and Stefani offer glimpses into their personal lives through social media. Their posts showcase moments of joy and celebration, including vacations, family gatherings, and special occasions, giving fans insight into their relationship and underscoring their happiness together. Their partnership has produced several memorable moments, notably their collaborative work on music projects. The couple has engaged in joint performances and songwriting sessions, which have been well received by both fans and critics, showcasing their creative synergy. Another highlight of their relationship is their involvement in charitable activities. Shelton and Stefani have actively participated in various charitable events and initiatives, using their platform to support causes they are passionate about. Their shared commitment to philanthropy reflects their values and desire to make a positive impact on the world. Looking ahead, Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani have both expressed a strong commitment to their relationship and their future together. They are dedicated to building their life as a couple, while continuing to pursue their individual passions and projects. On a personal level, they have shared their intentions to prioritize their family and explore new experiences together, including travel and personal development. Shelton and Stefani are focused on supporting each other's personal and professional goals, which they believe will help their relationship continue to thrive in the long term. They are actively working on exciting new projects, with both planning to release new music and collaborate with other artists. Stefani has been concentrating on her solo projects and exploring new creative avenues, while Shelton is preparing for upcoming concerts and working on new music. Additionally, fans are eagerly anticipating their continued collaborative efforts, given the success of their past joint projects. The couple's ongoing musical collaborations are highly anticipated, and their future endeavors promise to bring more creative and memorable moments to their fans. Amidst the rumor, could there be any form of truth? Well, keep watching as we unveil what Blake Shelton now confirms. Blake Shelton confirms the rumors. In early 2024, Blake Shelton made a significant public acknowledgement of his relationship with Gwen Stefani, addressing the persistent rumors and speculation that had surrounded their romance. During an interview on a popular morning talk show, Shelton openly discussed the depth of their relationship and their journey since they first met on The Voice. Shelton's confirmation was notable for its honesty and openness. He described how their friendship naturally evolved into a romantic relationship, emphasizing the mutual support they provided each other during challenging times. Shelton expressed heartfelt gratitude for Stefani's presence in his life, highlighting the genuine affection and commitment he feels toward her. This public acknowledgement marked a shift from occasional mentions and media speculation to a clear and definitive recognition of their partnership. Shelton's willingness to speak openly about their relationship demonstrated his desire to be transparent with fans and the media. The media and fan reactions were overwhelmingly positive. Fans of both Shelton and Stefani took to social media and public forums to express their excitement and support, congratulating the couple and praising their authenticity. Media outlets extensively covered the confirmation, focusing on the couple's journey from friends to partners. The coverage highlighted the heartwarming aspects of their relationship and their resilience in overcoming personal challenges. Articles and news segments celebrated their shared experiences, their growth as a couple, and the supportive roles they played in each other's lives. Shelton's confirmation sparked a surge of renewed interest in their relationship, with many media outlets revisiting pivotal moments and analyzing the dynamics that have shaped their connection. The increased media focus not only highlighted their romance, but also deepened the public's fascination with their ongoing journey together. What do you think about Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani's relationship? Will it end like Blake's previous relationships? Or will this be a hang of the boot for both of them? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this video. Please do well to like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next one.